Have you ever reached that point around 65 where you finally feel a bit of relief? Like, I did it. I've got money in the bank. I'm okay. I remember having that exact feeling. And then my financial advisor said something to me that completely stopped me in my tracks. She said, do you realise how much of that you're paying in tax every year? Now, before we go any further, everything I share today is general information only. It's not personal financial advice. Please speak with a licensed financial advisor before making any decisions about your money. So here's what happened. I was sitting there feeling quite proud of myself. I had savings. I was 65. I'd done the right thing. And then she asked me that question, how much are you paying in tax on your savings? And I thought, what do you mean? It's just in the bank. It's safe. But that's when I learned something I honestly wish I'd known earlier. That safe money is still being taxed. Here's what most of us don't really think about. If you've got money sitting in a savings account earning interest, that interest is counted as income. Let's say you've got $100,000 in the bank earning around 5%. That's about $5,000 a year in interest. Sounds great, right? But that $5,000 gets added to your taxable income. And depending on your situation, you could be paying 30% tax on that. For some people, that might be around $1,500 a year. For others, it could be less. It really depends on your personal circumstances. But the key point is this. You are paying a huge percentage of tax on money you thought was just quietly sitting there. And that's every single year. And here's something I really want you to think about. If you put that money into super, and if you're over 65, the rules are very different. Did you know that? Because I didn't. Not until someone showed me. Once you turn 65, you reach what's called a condition of release, which means you can access your super even if you're still working. Now, inside a standard accumulation super account, earnings are taxed, usually up to 15%. But if you move your super into what's called a retirement phase pension account, the investment earnings on that money can become tax-free. Zero tax on earnings. Now just pause on that for a moment. That doesn't automatically mean you should move everything. And it definitely doesn't mean you should take money out of the bank that you need for day-to-day living or emergencies. This is about understanding that you may have options because there are rules, limits, and minimum withdrawals involved. And this is exactly where a licensed advisor becomes really important. But what surprised me was this. Nobody really explains that once you hit 65. The whole system shifts in your favour. And if you don't know that, you can miss it. If this is new information for you, you are absolutely not alone. And you are not behind. You're just finding out now. And that means you still have time. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It really helps my channel because this is the first video in a series that I'm doing about money after 65. And there is so much more to cover. Nobody sat me down at 65 and explained any of this. I had to learn it piece by piece. And honestly, I don't think that's good enough. We've worked hard. We've shown up. We've done all the right things. And we deserve to understand how to protect what we have built. This isn't about being rich. It's about being informed. Because once time passes, you can't go back and fix what you didn't know. So let's learn this together. If this helped you today, please share it with someone else over 65, a friend, a sister, a neighbour. And if you've got any questions, put them in the comments. I read every single one. I'll see you in the next one.